If you've found that forecasting, financial planning, scenario analysis is one of those things that's just takes a lot of time, takes a lot of effort, you have to go back and forth on a lot of Excel versions, I can promise you there's a far easier way to do that. And I'm gonna actually walk you through how to do a full scenario in about 2 minutes using a tool that I like a lot. So I wanted to show you how I use Fathom in order to help bring a little bit more clarity and simplicity and ease of use into this planning process. I'm actually going to pull you into my Fathom environment and show you in a little bit of a different scenario how making a brand new revenue decision for a business doesn't have to be that hard. So in this scenario that we're going to jump in, I'm actually looking at what acquiring a new parking lot looks like for a real estate business to try to determine what kind of revenue can it spin off. So let's jump into Fathom to learn a little bit more. All right, now we're in Fathom. You can see that the existing P&L in QuickBooks has already been loaded in, everything that's grayed out and to the left. So we are current up through May 2025, and I'm going to build out a new revenue scenario for a new parking lot that this entity is standing up. So I'm going to navigate over to drivers. I'm going to go ahead and start to create a handful of drivers. I'm going to go pretty quick through this process and then jump back in for an explanation once I'm done building. Okay, we'll take a quick pause here. So to walk you through what I've done, what I've tried to model out is the unit economics of what it would look like to actually stand up a new parking lot. How much space is needed per car from a square footage standpoint that then tells us what our total capacity of number of cars is. So the reason why I would build it out that way in the drivers is so that if we have a future parking lot that we want to stand up that's a little bit bigger, we can actually take this framework and apply it to a new scenario. And or if we want to add on to the current lot, we can just change the lot size. It'll go ahead and improve the number of total capacity that we have, and then it'll flow through to the revenue. The other side of it could be if we want to get more efficient with the space that we do have, maybe we can get more cars in per less square foot. That's another lever that you can pull to understand how to actually change and modify the revenue outcome in this type of setting. So once I have total revenue built out here, all I got to do is tie this into the main forecast in order to see what the ongoing revenue is going to look like. So now we can see that we've got the total revenue from last year. We've got 32,000 plus 5%. And in July, we have 27,000 plus the additional revenue coming in from the drivers of 10.5. Now, what you'll see going forward is that in that parking income, you will continue to see those changes. So if we go back to our drivers and we say, for one reason or another, we think we can create an improvement to the lot size in August, let's say triple the size, we've got 30,000 square feet available to play, and we triple our revenue potential, 31,500. In August, we will see that 31,000 hit that line item in the P&L in the month of August. Now, you could also do this through micro forecasts and toggle it on and off if it's a decision that needs to be made and you're not sure whether or not you want to do that. But ultimately, there's a handful of ways to be able to model this out to really help guide your clients and yourself on thinking through different scenarios and understanding what the financial impact looks like. If you look all the way down to the bottom here, you also see the cash impact. So you look at cash on hand, and any change you make to the drivers that flows through to the P&L, you see the direct impact to cash down here. You see the change in cash as well as the operating profit margin at the end of the period. So I really like this as a planning tool to be able to help clients better understand the decisions that they're making relative to the financial outcomes that they may experience should they move down the path that they're deciding on. I told you it was pretty easy. So I would always point folks to using Fathom as a really good resource. A lot of tools out there, a lot of options out there. Ultimately, for me, when I'm thinking about helping a client out in this manner, I want to have the fastest, easiest, most understandable tool to equip my clients with data to help make them make better decisions. Check it out. I hope it's helpful to you. Happy to answer questions on it. There's a lot of ways that you could create a similar calculation for your clients like this in the tool specifically. Feel free to give it a look. I'm going to link to it down in the comments. Cheers.